You know, sometimes I get trolled on my videos about me saying stuff negative. And I want to tell you something that when I was growing up, what I'm saying to you was said to me. See, when I was growing up, come on, we finna go back in the day. See, I used to think a lot of times that my mama didn't want me to go nowhere, didn't want me to do anything. I can't never go nowhere. I can't never have no fun. I can't wait till I get 18. Then when I got older, I realized that those things that my mama was keeping me from, she was really protected. You know, when I got a little bit older and I started doing things, and you know, I was like this when I was growing up. I didn't take no mess. Either I was gonna whoop a butt or get whooped, but I didn't take no mess. And as I would have been under control. I would have been an uncontrollable adult had I not had mentors along the way to help me and told me, it comes a time when you need to pick your battles. It comes a time when you need to compromise with your enemy. It comes a time in life when you need to stand up for what you believe in. And the most important thing that you stand up, if you fight, you give it your best shot. That means you have to do research. See, I read law books and everything, and I tell my children, I tell my son, especially the one that's going in there, you know, because I was so despair in a previous video, but I don't give up. I make sure that when we decide on what decision we need to do, that we have looked at every avenue possible, and we found the avenue. So I'm hearing people, celebrities. You say, well, Samantha, why you keep talking about celebrities? Because you have people who are telling you that there's no use in fighting in 2026 and in 2028 because it's already rigged. It's already rigged, I tell you. Give it up. It's going to happen. You got folks that saying, you know what? I'm not worried about nothing because God gon', you know, I believe it. But God ain't got all of us. Some folks, they're saying, you know what? I'm going to let God handle it. And I'm going to tell you something. It's a lot of things in our life God want to see what we going to do. We going to do. You know, I'm going to tell you. I have had arguments with the boy. I have. Because he told me, he said, I just want to give up. Go on and pay what I got to pay and move on. See, the landlord, the attorney got a $10,000 judgment on a forged lease. But if you pay him, you're giving in. Then don't complain. Some of us, as black people, we get mad when people start telling us the truth, when people start saying things that you know what, that is the truth. We want to get mad. We want to say it's negative. I got somebody on my Facebook, call himself a comedian, long hair, look like a woman. He's a man. Says she just evil and negative and miserable. So I resent that. I resent it. I wish he could have called me a bee or a troll or a thought or but don't call me miserable. See, because when you come from somebody that love you, that wanted you to do right and instill goodness in you, it's hard to convince somebody otherwise. See, you can live. See, I'm going to tell you something. See, we as black people, we've been trained now to let it go. set it out. Just let it go, set it out. We don't want that kind of stress. We don't want that kind of problem. See, a lot of times we miss out on a lot of things because we don't want to engage in nothing. And then the stuff we want to engage in ain't healthy for us. Like, for instance, I'm not going to sit here and say that my parents were perfect parents and they raised me up right. They raised me the best way they could. And a lot of things I took from my childhood and brought it into my adult life. Yes, I brought insecurity. I brought anger. I brought resentment. I brought so much stuff from my childhood that I brought it into adulthood, and I thought that because I had a job and I did this, that I was a full-fledged parent. And a lot of things that I did that I brought from my childhood to my adulthood, I put it in my children. They call it generational curse. And I had to go, when I had to soul search myself, I found out that a lot of things that I did caused I call it the tornado effect. So I had to go back and clean up. And I had to listen. And I had to start hearing things. See, everything ain't about black community. See, we all brown. We all brown. My daughter told me today she's taking up Spanish. And I told her I was taking it up too. So proud, see? And I had to figure out things as an adult. See, everything ain't about black and white and brown and stuff. Some things, I'm going to say this. We are dealing with a spiritual warfare here. We are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We dealing with power and the fight for good and evil. But the question is this right here. When did it become okay for black folks to lay down and give up? We have become so numb to the fact that we tell ourselves ain't no use in doing nothing, ain't no use in fighting for it, because it's already rigged against us. Well, damn it, it's been rigged against us since we got here. So I tell you, if it's been rigged against us since we got here, what do you have to lose? You ain't got a damn thing to lose. If it's already rigged, that tells you right there, you know what you're finna fight for. It was rigged with segregation. It was rigged back then when they tried to stop us from voting. When they did all of this, it was rigged when we couldn't afford a housing. It was rigged when we couldn't find a job. It was rigged when we was trying to get an education. It's been rigged since we got here. Why y'all still saying it? Why you already know it's rigged? If you know it's rigged, then why is there a problem? Why is there a problem? That's what gets me. It's when people start saying as an excuse now, it's rigged. It's already rigged. The system wasn't made for you. You know that. It was not made for brown people. Why you know that? And the rights we have now, we had to fight for it because it was rigged back then. So what is it that makes it so different now than it's back then? And you have so many people that sit here and say, well, it's 2025. That's even worse. That's even worse. You do the math. Trump is 79 years old. He got 4 years. He gonna be in his 80s. They say he gonna run in 2028. He already got bad health issues. Come on now. They know he ain't gonna make it to 2028. They hoping he make it to 2026. But y'all, because of what I heard something on Charlemagne the God. He calls it Charlemagne now. I'm gonna be through with that statement. But anyway, he said, you know what? It's already rigged. It's already rigged. It's so it ain't no use in you. They ain't already rigged the system. Ain't no use in you going to here already rigged. They Trump gonna win in 2028. It's just like how many black parents told their children, oh, you ain't gonna be shit because your dad ain't shit. He ain't shit. Oh, he just a dog. You gonna be a dog. Oh, he ain't no good. Your dad ain't no good. Oh, I worked in social services. Don't tell me it don't happen, because I heard it happen. I've seen it. You just like your damn nasty ass daddy. You just like your daddy. Always doing this. He ain't gonna be nothing. Wait a minute now. But then when he grows up and he don't do nothing, he just like his daddy. Angry, mad at something that happened, and we take it out on our children. We tell it to our children. I had a friend once, I was fighting his creditor. Oh, I was fighting him hard. And I was still fighting. At this point, I had paid off a truck. And I went to the worst financial person there was, credit acceptance, and they took the truck. I had paid it off. They came and took the truck, and I was in court. I said, well, you know what? I want the truck back. Couldn't get the truck back because I'm dealing with some BS, and they a year later they brought half of my stuff back. I ain't never known a repossession company that brings your stuff back, half of your stuff back. But anyway, they did. Then turn around, and I got them off my credit. I said, well, if I can't get the car back, at least let me get my credit straightened out. See, they not finna hurt me both ways. And I was telling this girl that she know I'm thorough in my legal stuff. She had the nerve to tell me, Samantha, can I give you some advice? Yes, please, all means. Brainstorming is my thing. Help me out now. She said, girl, I just let it go and move on. And let God got something better for you. Thought about it. Really thought about it. Yeah. I thought about it real hard. And then I hung up in her face. Yeah. See, everybody fight ain't for to be laid down. Everybody is not designed to lay down. But we so quick to tell our folks, our black folks, lay down. God got something better for you. Oh, I'm gonna set this aside because God got a bigger car than me. No, okay. I'm a go on and but wait a minute now. Wait a minute. But you'll go on a job and let a dog you out. And no matter how, I got bills to pay. Won't go look for another job. Just I'm gonna go and find me another job. They talking crazy to me. I know my worth. I'm finna go and find me another job. No, you go and let that job talk so crazy to you. Yeah. But God bless you with that. See, we need to stop being programmed, and see that's why how they're banking on us to win the election. That you don't show up in the vote. Because you already figured it was already fixed anyway. So why get up and vote? But if you notice, white folks, I don't care if it is rigged. I don't care if it is not going against them. I don't care if it however it's going. They making sure that if they got to dig themselves up from the grave, they're gonna make sure that they go pull that lever, punch that thing, do whatever it needs to do, because they know it, even if it's rigged, They still gonna fight it. I believe Barack Obama, President Obama, did the game changer of this country. I believe it. I truly believe it. I believe that when he won the election, not once but twice, they said we got to fix it where not another black person, male or female, ever sit in that seat again. But you got so many black crows out here because he came in on a bad situation, a bad housing thing, a bad situation, and he fixed it for people to save their homes, keep their jobs. You know, it's Ebola. We never had an Ebola epidemic, but then Trump got in. We had COVID, and then Biden came in. Biden-Harris came in, and look at it now. We back to semi-normal. Now we got another problem. COVID is coming back again, but this time we got a raspy mouth health person that wants to sit here and tell you that vaccines is not good. And the sad part about it is that he's not targeting Hispanics anymore. He's not targeting whites anymore. He told his draws with majority of the whites. See, when you start taking away their pay, their benefits, they what is it, source of outcome of retirement, they don't want to fool with you no more. But we blacks, we still hanging on to that carrot, that dangling carrot that says that, you know what, you got these folks that saying that he is going to make things better for America, but we keep asking you black folks, when was America great for us? You wearing these MAGA hats. When was it great for us? You young folks, when was it great? And the sad part about all of this is that you want to sit here and say, well, she did this, but you ain't. You're so quick. See, one thing about me is this right here. You know, when somebody trying to do something wrong, I call them out. But I'm calling out more black folks now. She was a prosecutor. Kamala Harris was a prosecutor. She prosecuted. You black folks get prosecuted every day by white district attorneys. And nobody says anything about it. I don't see y'all running down there to the courthouse and saying, you know what, I don't care. My son and oofed off 400 people, but you know what, he shouldn't be going to jail. I don't want a white prosecutor to prosecute him. I want this black one, because this black one probably gonna, you know, get him off. See, what happened was y'all don't want to accept the fact that some of us need to clean up our own houses. Some of us didn't live with two parents. Some of us didn't live with one parent. Some of us didn't live with a responsible parent. Some of us wasn't raised by our parents. We were raised by our grandmamas. And when I say raised, some of us weren't even raised. We were just living in the house growing up. You see it on YouTube all the time. I saw this situation where this black family was living next to this white man, and they all of them in the house. Black folks, this is in Florida. All of them in the house. All of them in the house. It's in the evening time. They ain't got on no shirts, walking outside with no shirts. Big as I don't know what. One of the guys beat up a woman, and she left, and the white man just said, hey, don't beat her up. And they went over there and hit her, the bullies. Then turned around, the police came, and the dad that comes outside, you can tell he whatever it is he was working at, he looked like he the only one that had a job, and the mama in the house, and you ain't seen her. And he said, this grown man, and he said, Look, I ain't gonna let you put your hands on my children. That's another thing. See, you sit here and you call your grown ass men and daughters children. They're adults. I don't call my 2 kids adults. I mean children. I call them adults. That's what they are. They're adults. They need to act like adults. I don't step in on them. My son do something stupid, go to jail. My daughter do something stupid, go to jail. They're gonna sit there. I'm not bonding them out. Even if I did, I'm not gonna put my situation in there. But we want to sit here. We want to have sympathy and compassion when it's convenient. But right now, we have so much at stake. So much at stake here. And yet we steady talking about, we still got black folks that still talking about, ain't no use in doing this. It ain't gonna change. And then like I said, and then you wonder why your community is still in a mess. You wonder why things ain't got no better. You wonder why our own people are selling us out. You wonder why things are at an all-time low in blacks, because we don't want to fight the system. It's not because it's rigged. It's been rigged, and we need to get over that. And we need to stop acting like because it's rigged, it ain't gonna change. If it didn't change and it was rigged, you wouldn't be where you at now. It was because it was rigged and it was changed, is because Title VII came into play. See, we had to, even though we know it was rigged, we still fought the fault. That's how we're benefited from it now. Title VII, affirmative action that was there. The voters' right. The American disability. Come on, do I need to go on? We know that it's already rigged. We need to get past that bullshit that because it's rigged, it ain't gonna do no better. We need to stop saying that and start saying, okay, I know it's rigged. Now, how can if it's rigged, I need to go ahead and fix it to my advantage. You ain't gonna change the rigging. You ain't gonna never change the rigging. See, they letting you know now. They ain't gonna change. They changing it so to keep it harder for you to unrig it. But if you sit here and you say, okay, it's rigged, and I'm not gonna do nothing for it, you might as well it's over. But I ain't never finna give nobody that rigged something the opportunity to conquer me. Okay, so the assignment is, we know this shit is rigged. We know it wasn't meant for us. Why are we steady using that as an excuse not to get your ass up and vote? That's the question that needs to be answered.